What's up, Team Buckhouse? Johnathan Buckhouse here, and it's time for another resort review. This is a video series where we go to a new ski resort, we rip it, we have a great day, then we come back here and we review it. We give it a score from 0 to 100 out of 10 categories, each category getting ranked from 0 to 10. 0 is not applicable, meaning they don't have it all. 1 is terrible, 5 is average, and 10 is best in the world. Now, the reason why we review these resorts is I want to help you guys know who is this mountain for. Is it for the gnarly big mountain rider? Is it for the beginner? Should you come here on a vacation with your family and not spend thousands and thousands of dollars in Colorado? Maybe you could go to the Midwest and find exactly what you're looking for. That's why we do the resort reviews, and we're gonna review every single resort in the United States because we will ride them all. I'll touch on that a little deeper in this video. And today, the resort on the chopping block is Crystal Mountain, established in 1962. This resort has a vertical drop of 3,006 feet, over 2,060 acres of skiable terrain, and 80 named runs. It's one of the biggest resorts in Washington, which is pretty awesome. Now let's jump into our categories. I'm going to start with lift prices. How expensive is it to go to Crystal? I was actually blown away at how cheap it actually was for what you get as a resort. Coming in at $74 for a day, or if you buy a season pass through Crystal, it's only 650 bucks. That's insane for 2,600 skiable acres, as well as it's on the Icon Pass. So I thought they had a very fair price, so I gave them a 7 when it comes to lift prices. Now, ease of access, how easy is it to get to this ski resort? It's not that it's hard. It's just if you try to get there on a snow day, it could be a little tricky. It is an hour and 40 minutes from Seattle, so it's a little kind of far. But I did give it a 5 on the ease of access. I didn't think it was that hard to get to. We got there with a 2-wheel drive car. So it's just you're driving a little bit from Seattle. It's the closest, biggest city to the place. Now lodging, and this is the first ever that we've run across or come across. They don't offer ski in, ski out lodging. You can't really stay in there, but you can park your RV on the ski resort, which is kind of crazy, and I've never seen that at any other resort. But yeah, you got to go on the website, you got to pay for it. So they do offer the fact that you could stay in your own RV on the mountain, which is technically ski in, ski out. And this was a little tricky one to rate. So I give them a 2 on the lodging because you can, if you can. I don't know. Now chairlifts, we got to get up the mountain, we got to rip, and they got some pretty fancy chairlifts. I mean, they got the gondola, which was really nice, as well as they got lifts going all over the mountain, everywhere you want to get to. So I did give them a 7 when it comes to lifts. You're gonna get up the mountain, no problem. Some old lifts, some new lifts, but yeah, you get up the mountain and you got a gondola. But why do the lifts matter if the runs aren't sick? And holy moly, they got some insane terrain, especially if you're willing to hike to it. I did the scariest drop of my life through these 2 rocks, and it was like, bah! But overall, it's a super fun place. A lot of big mountain riding. You can do some tree riding out there. We got it on a powder day because every time we travel, we get PAL for some reason. And overall, it was an incredible time. So I gave them a 9 when it comes to runs. Not the most insane amount of like groomed runs and like the longest groomed runs, but big mountain, like bull riding, like epic snowboarding, they have it. So a 9. Now the terrain park, we showed up and I think they were like in the middle of rebuilding their park or still trying to establishing it. But everything that I've experienced and all the features that I rode there, it was a fun park. They had some creativity. I think they had a snow box. It was like the first snow box I've ever seen at a resort, which I like snow boxes. They had some fun jumps and just some good rails and everything like that. So I gave them a 5 when it came to park. Once again, you're showing up at this mountain to ride big mountain, not really park, but they still have some park options for you. Now before we continue down this list, please consider snagging Evolution sticker guys or any of the merch, the hoodies, t-shirts, long sleeves. I support this channel, buy the merch. This is how we do all of the traveling. So if you're a skier, we do have a ski version for you. All the snowboarders snag one. Throw it on the side of your helmet, let everyone know you're part of Team Buckhouse. And once again, it funds all the trips that we're going to. So guys, thank you so much to everyone that is snagging stickers. Like, look at this. Look at all these orders. You guys are insane. So thank you so much for snagging the merch. Now we're gonna get hungry on the mountain. We're gonna need some food, and Crystal has 6 food options for you, which is kind of crazy that they don't have a bunch of lodging or anything like that, but they have 6 different places you can go eat food, from fancy to like your normal resort food, everything like that. So because of the options, because of the high end to low end, I gave them a 7 when it comes to food. You're gonna be able to find whatever you want to eat there. Now employees, this is the part of the video where everyone says you should do snow conditions, but once again, we showed up, it was a POW day. If we would have showed up 2 days earlier, it probably would have been the best snow conditions. And so I don't like to do snow conditions because it's so variable, time of the season, you know, lack of snow, everything like that. So we don't do snow conditions. We do employees because an employee can make or break your trip. I've had an employee absolutely ruin a day on the mountain. You can check that video out right here, the Keystone incident. And if that happened to one of you guys at the very beginning of your trip, you know, it probably would have spoiled your trip. So that's why I like to do employees, because you can also have an employee that's super duper awesome and absolutely makes your day. So for employees at Crystal, no one made our day. No one broke our day. Literally just had average employees across the board, which is awesome. So I gave them a 5, an average score when it comes to employees. Now, before we jump into the views and scenery, I did want to mention we're gonna ride every resort in the United States. So make sure you guys check out the resort map. It's a map of all the resorts in the US. All the green dots are the ones that we've ridden. You can click on those dots and then see the videos there. So if I've rode your ski resort, you can check that out. But if it's red, you know that I'm coming your way. We also have all of the scores for the resort maps on the website as well. The resort map is literally a tool that you can use to plan your vacations or your trips, and like, it's so sick. I use it for when I plan my trips. So check out the resort map. It's literally the coolest thing we have on the channel. I'm so stoked on it. Now, views and scenery, and the views. I showed up on a snowy day, so I didn't get to experience the total views, but look at this photo. Are you kidding me? You're underneath a volcano. Like, come on, it's insane. So the views and scenery there got best in the world, a 10. This is one of the best views you can get at a ski resort, so I highly recommend going for just the views, a 10. And the last category, the would I go back factor, and there's 2 main reasons why I would go back to Crystal. 1, I want to see the views and scenery in person, like all of it. You know, I want to go on a Bluebird day. 2, I want to ride more of their big mountain gnarly riding there. There's a lot I feel like I didn't get to touch or scratch on the surface. So definitely would go back for those 2 reasons. Because of that, I gave them an 8 on the would I go back, because I feel like I need to go back. I felt like I couldn't get enough done in the 1 day that I was there, and that's really exciting about a ski resort. So 8 on the would I go back factor. Now, if you're enjoying this video, make sure you smash the like button, and if you want to watch more of these or just see other resorts, you want to look into it, check out the resort playlist right here. Literally, we've made like almost 30 of these videos, so check out, we've been covering all the resorts. It's really awesome. Now, who is this mountain for? The gnarly shredder. Oh, my adrenaline's. If you want to ride some big mountains, some bowls, some insane terrain, and you kind of like park riding, I would check it out. If you're a beginner, you're gonna be kind of stuck to the bottom half of the mountain, which I felt like those lists were kind of the most congested ones, but the big mountain, upper mountain stuff where it had like no lines, you could rip it all. So if you're like into bowl riding, kind of some sketchy like tree riding, you're gonna send it a little bit, this mountain is for you. So now, the score, 0 to 100. What did Crystal Mountain get? Subscribe. 65. That's an insane score. This mountain crushed the categories. I'm absolutely stoked on a 65 for the ski resort. It's a way above average. I highly recommend checking out Crystal Mountain. Once again, it's on the Icon Pass too, so if you have an Icon Pass and you want to go on a trip, this is a good destination to go. Like, skip Colorado, go to Washington, check out Crystal. I had a blast here. And with all that, Team Buckhouse, thank you so much for reviewing a resort with me today. And as always, thanks for watching. Keep evolving. We'll see you guys tomorrow with another video.